y'all, it's your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. Do you want to see what I sold in June? Stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am a reseller on the PoshMark app. I dabble a little bit in eBay, but mostly on PoshMark. I'm going to share with you today what sold in June for me. So this will help you get an idea of what sells well and price ranges and stuff. But before we get started, make sure to hit the notifications and subscribe if you have not already. This will give you notifications when I have new content. Give me a big old thumbs up if you like videos like this. This channel is for you. And so if you don't want to see what sold for me in June, then I won't make a video. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up. Leave comments below. Let me know what sold for you in June. If you have my analytical dashboard, you can leave your comments below on your top brands and your inventory and all of that. Before we get started too, you're going to see kind of throughout the video my analytical dashboard, and this is a tool that I have created, a dashboard I've created in Google Sheets, so you can take it anywhere that you can get Google, on your phone, on a computer, on an iPad, as long as you can get Google. And you drop your PoshMark sales report in there, and all of these metrics populate. If you don't even want to deal with Google Sheets, I can also run the report for you. So in the link below, I will put the link to purchase it on Etsy, and then at the end of the video, I will give a discount code for it if you would like. But let's get started. Let's see what sold in June. Now let's look. I'm going to pull it up on my phone, which is why I love my analytical tool. I have it right here on my phone. And let's look at my top brands. What top brands sold for me? So I'm going to look. There's 3 graphs on here. The 2 that I really like to look at are how many did I sell? If you've watched my videos, how do you look at the data? What does it mean? So you have 2 ways to increase how much money you bring home for the month. Either how many you sell or your average price point. And in my simulator, it'll kind of tell you if this is the number that you want to be at, how you need to increase both of those numbers to get there. And then you pick a strategy that works for you. Do you want to sell more, or do you want to sell items at a higher price range, right? And so those are the 2 things, those are the 2 metrics that I like to look at, because that tells me how I'm doing, and it tells me what brands are selling well for me to help me increase my sales, make money. That's what we're doing. That's why you're here, to make money, right? And so the top brands that sold for me, and this isn't news for some of you that watch me, vintage is my number 1. I love vintage. I don't know, I think it probably sells well, but I think I also love it so much that also helps me list it, and I don't know, but I love it, so I don't mind listing it. So vintage, Lululemon, Jessica Howard, Nine West, Keen, Kenneth Cole Reaction, Lush, Citizens of Humanity, and Coach. Those are my top 10 total amount sold for the month of June. And then my average price per item for June tops are Citizens of Humanity, BG Max Azaria, Via Spiegel, which it was like a wool jacket. Come on, who's buying a wool jacket in June? But whatever, I'll take it. Escada, no surprise there, right? Plenty by Tracy Reese, Taylor, which that one's kind of surprising. And Taylor, it must have been dresses. Those sell at a higher price range, or suits. I usually pick up her dresses and suits. The rest of the stuff I don't find sells at a super high price point. Worthington, Zara, and AG. So those are my top brands that sold by price. All right, so now let's look at inventory. And this breaks it out by category to tell me total quantity. Like I said, I look at quantity and average price per item, and then I also look at the average days on hand. How quickly is it selling? So average sold price by category. What are my top ones? Jeans are up there, and if you look at my brands, I mean, I'm sure Citizens of Humanity had to do with that. That's a high price brand. Dresses are up there, jackets and coats, which is so weird. I sold a decent amount of jackets and coats in June, which who would have thought, right? Dresses, jeans, bags are kind of up there. Sweaters. Like, I don't know why people are buying jeans and jackets or sweaters and jackets in June, but whatever, I'll take it. Swimming is up there. And then if you go over, so that is average sold price. So on average per item, how much did it sell for? This is sold total inventory. So how many items am I selling? Dresses. If you've watched me in the past, dresses are like my jam, right? Vintage dresses, you got me. Bags typically are. Apparently people don't need as many bags in June. I also think my inventory on bags was kind of low. I did a big haul video for bags, and I'll link it above to kind of replenish my inventory, so that may have had a part in it as well. So what sells quick for me? Dresses, shoes, jeans are kind of up there, swimming, tops. So this tells me what sold well by category for me. And then I look at my average days on hand. Dresses, 51 days. I mean, I have them on hand for less than 2 months. That's pretty good. Swimming, 45 days. So some of this has to go into seasonality, right? So a lot of the swimsuits I purchased in like April and May, and so it was the season for it. Some of the other things like jackets and coats, I mean, they're going to have a longer days on hand because, you know, I've had them since the winter, and randomly people are buying them in June, but like, in theory, they're going to have a longer days on hand now because I listed them in the winter. Jeans, 55, that's under, 60 days, under a month, under 2 months, I mean. So there's my days on hand. From this information, what do? It tells me what sells well for me. And I will link the video above. I do a video on how to source and how to use this information to source smarter and not harder, so that you are making more money. You're spending less time to make more money. But this information tells me, so the next time that I go outsourcing, I know, hey, look here, dresses, hello, that's a big money ticket for me. Not only am I selling a lot of them, I'm selling them at a high price range. Shoes, yes, please. Those, I mean, obviously it's going to change, and I know shoes sell well, and I'm working on upping my boot inventory because it's going to start being fall and winter. But this is what I look at to know shoes sell well for me. And I like listing shoes. I love taking pictures of shoes and purses. So much easier than clothes for me. So there's that. That's fun looking at data. Let's look at the items that actually sold. So I'm not going to show you all 67 items or 77 or 82, or I don't remember how many it was, but I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm going to kind of show you my top ones. So this Worthington tweed jacket, like who buys a jacket in June, but people did, and it's so cute. Good price for it. I don't typically sell kids anymore. My kids are always hand-me-downs, so their clothes aren't even like in good enough shape to sell, and you usually can't make a good price at it. But something I will sell are these Keen shoes because they sell at a good price range. $25 from $60. I mean, that's a pretty good price range, and every pair that I've had sells quickly. I was actually a little sad because my daughter is going to be a size 12 next year, so I was hoping they wouldn't sell so she would have them, but I'm sure I'll find another pair. This Plenty by Tracy Reese dress is stinking adorable, like amazing. Lane Bryant sheer satin dress, plus size. So stay tuned. Definitely subscribe and hit notifications because I've done a deep dive analytics on plus size to tell you, does it sell well? What does that mean? How to know when to pick it up? So definitely hit the subscribe and notifications so you know you get notified when that comes out. Swimsuits were one of them, so this was so cute. It looked like a like 1990s. It had like metallic shoes. Nine West was one of my top ones again. There's some Lululemon. I have really good luck with Calvin Klein dresses, so you can see that Calvin Klein, kind of a career dress if you wanted it to be, or even just a summer formal, for church kind of dress. Vintage. This sweater was amazing. Like, I mean, pictures cannot do it justice, and I hope that whoever bought this is like rocking it. I did a flat lay with like shorts and boots, and like it was amazing. Again, Lululemon. Vintage again, AJ Barron. I sell, when I find that brand of vintage, I always pick it up. It's a good brand that sells well for me. And like, how amazing. Like, let me make that a little bit bigger so you can see. Like with the big bow and like I mean, this is like, can you tell I like vintage? It's so amazing. So adorable. Here's a pair of the Citizens of Humanity. These were amazing. They had, and this is why they sold for a bit higher than some of the other ones that I get. They usually sell around like 50 and 60, depending on the style. But these ones sold a bit higher because they had the embroidery on it and the distressed look. I mean, they were so cute. And then you have the BCBG Max Azaria. And when you're looking at BCBG, make sure that you know there's a bunch of different levels. Max Azaria is the highest level. So definitely pick up BCBG Max Azaria. And then you have like the Generation and the girls and stuff. So it's a lower level, but the Max Azaria is the highest level. And I mean, what did that dress sell at? $68? Yes, please, thank you. And it was so cute too. Like, I don't think it fit me, but if it did fit me and I had somewhere to go, it was so cute. It had like this twisted knot tie on the front of it. And I think it was silk, maybe. It was gorgeous. So that is what sold for me in June. My sales were up, so that's always a plus. My bundles were around the same. Vintage is always a big seller for me. Coach was on there, Lululemon. So this isn't just me saying, hey, this sells well. I think, maybe I feel. Like, I'm showing you my data. I am showing you what sells well. Definitely, like I said, hit subscribe. I am going to do a couple more deep dives on this data for what sold in June and looking at different things like what didn't sell or what took longer to sell, so you know what brands not to pick up, because that matters too, right? And a couple other deep dives into my data. So give me a thumbs up if you like to see what sold. Comment below what sold for you in June. What did you sell jackets too? Like, how random is it that I sold a lot of jackets and sweaters? So random. And that's it. Have a good night.